Hi, and welcome to another chapter. Now we are going to look at linking opportunity capture plans to your proposal content. A very key topic, as you might have seen from my scribbles over here. So, what is a capture opportunity plan? A capture opportunity plan is a specific plan that includes all your actions and strategies like your competitive information, your customer information, the market information, and the budget pricing related information, anything and everything that's going to take you from a provider to a preferred bidder in the tender that you want to go for that. So that is opportunity capture plan. So with that in mind, what are the key points in transferring the opportunity plan into our proposal content? So let's have a look at the pointers. So why should we link opportunity plan to our proposal plan? Number one, you have done a lot of work in doing analysis of the market, analysis of the competition, analysis of why the customer buys what they want to buy. Then what's the point doing all that work and not linking it back to your proposal plan? So the key point is you should link or transfer that content into proposal content so that you can match when the evaluation criteria does come up. You could say, okay, this is how they're going to evaluate us. This is what our current research tells us. Let's transfer the information and let's start to update the information that we already got so that we are moving in the journey towards preferred bidder. So what are some of the best practices? It's dense. It's dense because capture shapes the opportunity. So let's have a look one at a time. Number one, start with a robust opportunity plan. You need to have a plan so that you could link the plan to your proposal plan. So that's important. So what are the components that you are going to collect in your opportunity capture plan? Firstly, we know start early. Do this before your RFP comes. And what information are you going to collect? Number one, you need to understand how the customer is going to approach this tender. Understand what are the mission, vision, values of your customer and the ethos behind why they are buying this service and why they are not doing it themselves. Number three, understand their wants, their hot buttons, their pain points, as they call it. Number four, your competitive assessment. Who are the key players who will be bidding this with you? And what chances do they have in ensuring that their contract is moving to preferred bidder and not you? Make the competitive assessment with certain criteria and frame your win strategy and win themes around this related information that you could lift and drop in your proposal statement. Finally, the discriminators, our good old discriminators. So these are the key checklists that you might need to have for your capture plan. Now you have got the capture plan, and how can you extend your capture plan or your opportunity plan when you are actually doing your proposal planning? So you've got your capture plan, you have all this information that you have listed here. Now you are in the proposal cycle. How can you extend this information? Number one, your conclusions of your capture planning should become the headings of your proposal document. If you find some key information, those becomes your headings. If your slides or presentation, those goes also on the top as your headings. Then once you get those information, you use the checklist and you continue to add relevant information as value statements, theme statements, your value propositions, and finally use it also part of your compliance matrix. So you're transferring the content into some of the key proposal tools: compliance matrix, value proposition, theme statements, and related statements, headings that you can use there. Now you have got it, and you're also continuing to update the capture planning, because once you lift and drop, that's not how it stops. You still need to update information. When you update the capture plan, update the proposal plan. Keep on doing this as a cycle when you're doing the proposal during the RFP stage as well. What that meant is it's important to have a clear maintenance plan for your capture plan. It's not a one-off exercise. You do it before RFP, lift and drop it in the proposal, and forget about it, and all you do is response to your proposal document. Now, outside this, allocate someone who could own this capture plan, become the sounding board of your proposal, and keep on feeding that intelligence for you. So have a central reference point where someone updates it, takes it, lifts and drops it. A proper version control comes there. And if your review teams are involved in the tender, either mid-bid review or final bid review, document review, you name it, red team review, let them have access to this in advance so that they are not just looking at your tender document and making decisions. They also have a good view of your capture plan tools. So finally, you also need to have a summary sheet of what are the key components that you're going to use it part of your capture planning. They are repeated already. We already covered them here, but let me reiterate again. You need to have your buyer and your top wants of your customer. Move on. You need to have the USPs, the unique selling points of what you have. You need to have your competitor USPs. Then you need to have your key weaknesses. Obviously, you can't always talk about your strengths. There should be some key weaknesses, key innovations, risks in the opportunities. Finally, how do you fit into the overall market? This could be a little checklist for your capture plan, and you keep on updating this capture plan, and you lift and drop your capture plan as and when it's reached a certain value, and then keep iterating the whole process. What are some of the key principles of organization? The important one, it's very simple. You need to be in a position to re-angle the proposal as and when you get some intelligent information. So you are not just relying on your tender document to respond to the tender document. How quickly can you amend your core solution, your target operating model, when intelligence comes up, like this is what the competition is doing? These are some of the stuff that the customer is not saying explicitly, but this is why they're procuring for. Re-angle the proposal. That's the key one. Summary. We all know capture plan needs to be done. You need to document intelligence. You need to lift and drop. How are you going to do that? Use structured standard tools. When you do structured standard tools, it's much easy for your review team and your proposal team to lift and drop the content in a proper format. Finally, if you are going to do the reviews, ensure that the review team have access to this information much in advance. So what are we missing here? A key point: who is the actual owner of your capture plan? It's not going to be your proposal manager. He or she will already be tied up in doing their own proposals. Appoint a person who could be your capture manager. So that's it. What is a capture plan? The action strategies that's going to make you the preferred bidder, not somebody. What are some of the best practices? Number one, detail your content and opportunity plan. Link the opportunity plan. Have some maintenance plan. Finally, when you have the maintenance plan, have your summary sheet so that you could keep on updating the plan around it. Have some checkpoints. Include the content and keep on iterating the content, but most importantly, allocate a resource so that the resource keeps updating the information. Slightly longer video, but it's very critical chapter, and it's a new chapter, part of your practitioner certification.